That's right.
Yeah, yeah, that's fire.
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 All right. All right. So, welcome to the YouTube video. This is dope. Welcome to the YouTube video. We're going to talk about Martinez
Martine.
and his paintings and his artwork. So we're gonna start off by a couple questions, and then we can just freestyle after that.
All right, that works.
You feel me? All right. So, how do you go about creating? You know, so like, how do you go about creating, and then what's the process like?
Honestly, I feel like everybody has their own way of creating. So what I'm about to say only speaks for me, not for everybody. If that makes sense.
For sure.
Um, I don't know. It's just a thought process I love to create. Creating makes me happy.
Hmm.
It's definitely an outlet for a lot of things in life. To me, especially, I have anxiety and a lot of other things, and being creative is an outlet to release all those. And the process, I feel like that there's no specific process. Every time I create is for a different reason. Sometimes I like, for example, I'm blank. This art piece right here, I did at like I think it was like 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
4 in the morning. I just got like a weird boost of motivation.
Yeah.
I think I was scrolling through social media, and this is a cause character.
I
And
see
I
it.
was like, yeah. And I was like, that'd be dope on the painting. And I kind of want to, yeah. And like, I was kind of want to mix it in with what I do. And what I do is like a bunch of, I call it a layer of thoughts. That's what I call my artwork. Cause it's like this one, there's not as many layers, but you can see there's things behind things and things in front of things. It's just a mix of thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put something down, I won't like it, and I just cover it up.
It's like a journal, you know.
Yeah, it's
Just
like a journal. And like some of my art pieces, they'll take days
yeah.
until I feel like this looks good. Like this one, I did this one in one night, but I do have one piece. I think it took me a week, and I messed with it for a week until it was
Is it that one?
perfected. This one's the same way. This one took me like 2 days
Mhm.
to finish, I think. And yeah, and then in clips that he'll put in there, you'll see up close that I have little words and quotes around each painting, but you won't see them unless you actually look at the details in my artwork.
Yeah.
Like this one, for example. Which one?
So even through like the chaos, there's like details that you need to pay attention to just make it meaningful.
Yeah, 100%. Like in this one, like from far away, you're not going to be able to read any of this, but when you
Yeah.
look close, like this one says, I am not my thoughts, just an observer of my thoughts. And that is something that I wrote down while I was journaling. I journal a lot, and sometimes I like to take my thoughts out of my journaling and put them on my artwork because I feel like a lot of my thoughts are things that other people think of, but they are scared to put them out there. So I feel like if
Yeah.
me like just putting my thoughts out there
Yeah.
on artwork, maybe it'll help other people. Like if Martin's out here just throwing everything that he's thinking of on his art piece and showing it to the world,
Yeah. No,
maybe
for sure. Like
yeah,
even just like going to the mall with you and seeing all the people dabbing you up because they just like respect you
yeah,
for
yeah,
who you are, and who you are is what you present through like social media most of the times, and it's just like all you do is create and throw on crazy fits.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like that's what they know you for, but like when they really get to know you for real, it's like, oh, this dude's actually really really cool.
Right. Like I'm not the same person that social media creates me as.
Yeah. Yeah. The next question, art. Like, what's your biggest motivation when creating, or who do you inspire to be?
I love this. I love this
Yeah.
question. Because I've been asked this multiple times. Like like throughout school, we get asked this a lot. Who's your role model in life, or like who's the person you
Yeah.
look up to? And I've always had the same answer: is a higher version of myself.
Yeah.
And I actually got that. Tyler said it once. I've watched his interviews all the time, and in one of his interviews, he said that. it was a while ago. It was a couple of years ago. I think I was still in. Honestly, I might have still been in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So like 5 years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago.
Damn, it's been that long.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And no, that was his answer when he was asked that question. And he was like a higher version of myself because no matter what, you can just like that. It can keep motivating you. Like if you imagine a certain version of yourself and you get to that point, then you can just create another version of yourself. But if you have a specific person that you're looking up to or that motivates you, once you get to that person, then what? You know what I'm
You
saying?
keep
And then
going.
that's
Yeah. Oh wait,
mhm,
when okay, when it's a certain person that you're trying to inspire to be calm in a sense. If you're
right.
looking up to other people, I got it.
Yeah, and then it's like it also I feel like it takes away from you being unique and being your own person if you try to inspire to be somebody else. Because then you're not trying to be you. You're trying to be someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I aspire to be a higher version of myself at all times. And I always envision like for example, the idea I have of me and your event,
Hmm.
I can envision that. So it's like I gotta get there. And then once we get there, like that's how do I explain it? Then we'll just keep going from there. We'll just keep going up.
Because
Like
there's like we're creating our own limitations
right.
and goals because
Yeah.
we're looking up to ourselves in a sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, my next question was like, what is your motivation for life? But like, you pretty much answered it with being a higher version of yourself,
Yeah. The
which I
most the most happiest version of myself and honestly bro, it's creating. I love creating,
yeah,
bro. Honestly, like the clothes I create, the it's just me drawing, it's just like it makes me happy. So I feel like
mhm,
obviously everybody has to have a career to succeed in life.
yeah,
And my career wants to be just to create because I feel like I want my career to not feel like a job. I want it to feel more like a lifestyle.
mhm,
Like I want to do what I want to do and people love what I do. That makes sense. Like I want to make clothing that I like and people also like my things. So it'll be like similar to an NBA player.
yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah,
playing basketball, doing what you love, and you're getting paid for it. So it's like I'm gonna be creating, making everything that I love, artwork, clothing, and be getting paid for doing what I love. But it won't feel like a job. It'll just feel like,
you doing your thing,
yeah, yeah,
you living life, and people just appreciate you for being you.
yeah.
I would love that too. Yeah, for sure. Okay, next question. So when it comes to creating your artwork, what
Hmm.
songs do you listen to?
That's a
Who's
good
your
one.
yeah? Who's your like artist you go to?
That is a great one. Honestly, bro, it just depends on the day and
Yeah,
on the mood. Cause like I wake up some days and I'm like, man, today feels like a Brent kind of day. Like,
yeah,
or I
yeah,
wake
yeah,
up one day and I'll be in like a Daniel Caesar, Frank Ocean kind of vibe,
yeah,
like a lighter
yeah.
feeling, or sometimes I'll
So
be
you
in like,
say like you're more of like an R&B soul type of dude.
yeah, 100%. It's
Yeah,
definitely, it calms me down. It just, I don't
yeah,
know. I like the vibes of them artists. Sometimes it'll be like a SZA day,
yeah.
or every once in a while I'll be like a old Jay Z, old Kanye,
Type shit. Yeah.
ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rocky kind of day. So yeah, no, it just depends on the day for real.
No, for sure, for sure. I respect that because like I guess the artist doesn't reflect on who you are, but just kind of like what they're saying within the song. So like
Hmm.
throughout that day, like damn, currently I feel like Brent, I'll make artwork that's more melodic or in a
Yeah.
sense,
Hmm.
or just because that's kind of just how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, you use your outlets of art and other people of their expressions to help you express of
Hmm.
your independent thoughts
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Music is definitely a big part of my life.
for sure.
So also in my artwork, you'll see quotes from rappers. I quote like little quotes out of their songs and I throw them in my artwork because it means something to me.
Hmm.
So I feel like if it means something to me, it could possibly mean something else,
Yeah,
something to someone else as well.
for sure. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right. Next question, last
All right.
question. Do you have any tips for the audience on like how to just create and like just like how do you get up and have the motivation to create? What can help someone else that's not specifically like personally to you, like what motivates you, but more of like what could help them a general sense
Mm.
to help them motivate themselves to create.
Um. Honestly, finding your own way, not trying to be like others, and also not letting other people's opinion and judgments affect what you do. So I know a lot of people say like, I don't care what they think, or like a lot of people say that they don't care what other people think, but whole time they really do care what other people think, and they won't do things because they're scared of judgment. And also, I don't get why people think like that sometimes, because you don't actually know how people are gonna see you how you are unless you do it. And yeah, you just have to build.
What do you mean by that?
Like, people can't judge you until you actually do things. Like, people would be scared to do something but not know the outcome at all. Like, you don't know until you try. And that's just, it's honestly, it's all a mental thing.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to get past the being scared and being nervous of other people. Because at the end of the day, all that matters is your own opinion and what you want to do. And if it makes you happy, bro, do it. Because honestly, you only live once. So it's like, what do you have to lose? Don't like live life with regrets. And that's what motivates me. Is like, I don't want to be old and be like, man, I wish I would have did this when I was 19, or
Yeah.
dang, I could have done
Yeah.
this when I was 20, or like,
I hate that.
so yeah, I just want to. Everybody just needs to do what they want to do now and not wait and push things back. And yeah, just find your own path. Everybody
Yeah.
has their own path. Like, no matter what, you're not going to be like anybody else. You have to be you.
Hey, you mentioned like if you don't put yourself out there, like people. I feel like how I took it was like if you really don't put yourself out there,
Mm-hmm.
someone's gonna put you in a box
No, yeah,
for
100%.
just to like help them gauge their life, and
Yeah,
then you're just kind of like an NPC in a sense. So definitely make your voice boisterous in a sense.
yeah,
You know, say, and just be out there and be creative and try new things. Don't be afraid to look dumb, and because like at the end of the day, you again like what you said, you only live once, and if you're not living for yourself and you're not following your heart at the time, you're gonna look back and like, damn, I really just wasted all my life
yeah,
living a different life.
yeah. Especially lately, I've been going to different events and stuff and meeting a lot of entrepreneurs, artists, and people that like make clothes. Just a bunch of creators,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them are much older than me. I'm only 18. I'm like new into this creative world in a sense, and I promise you, the main thing that everybody says is, "I wish I would have started sooner."
Yeah, really.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Is like, I wish I would have started sooner. Because some ladies were like 50, 60, and they've only been painting for like 3 years,
Damn.
4 years, and they're like, I've always loved it, but I've just been scared.
Yeah.
I'm like, so that means like you waited till you were 50
To do that
to
shit.
put your stuff out there. So it's like a lot of that, I think, and then that also goes back to how you motivate yourself. It also depends on the people that you meet and your experiences. Like, I've been through a lot of things throughout my life that gave me this mindset. So it's not like everybody can automatically have this mindset. It really just depends on how you grow up and the circumstances you grow up in and the people you surround yourself with. Like, I haven't sold any artwork yet, but I'm moving slowly, and I put myself out there. Like, I walk around downtown, go to different art shows. I'll just chop it up with people, meet new people, start up conversation. Then I started getting invited to art shows, and
Yeah.
then I met other people that are helping me put my artwork into restaurants, studios, possibly the
Yeah.
museums here.
That'd
So
be
it's
tough.
not like you just gotta put yourself out there, bro. And like, you never know. Like, I would have never thought I would meet somebody and then they'd invite me to come to a private art event, and then I'll meet a bunch
Right.
of millionaire artists, and then now I'm actually starting. Like, I have motion now.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just gotta put yourself out there, bro, because you don't know unless you just try new things.
For sure. For sure. And it's simply like going to a cafe. I know that you do this
Hmm.
and like start a random conversation with a person that possibly have a common interest. Like that could open so many doors for you.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Just you, you don't know until you try. So
Right. Yeah.
just try. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for the first video. Thank you.
I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
and
it.
we're gonna
Finally got it done.
showcase all your artwork.
Dope.
Uh,
So fucking dope. It's so dope that we're doing this, bro.
no, honestly.